Um, Hello, Marco. I'm here at CorePower One. I am having a training session with my instructor, Atika. I've been coming to CorePower One since the beginning of May, and it's been interesting. I've been working out hard, and I've been finding that it looks like I'm actually losing more weight because I tend to lose about 10 pounds a month, but so far I'm averaging about 12. Um, I think it was the first instructor I had here. She teaches CorePower One. Do you want to talk about
Yeah,
that?
absolutely. Hi, everyone. My name is Atika. I've been a yoga instructor for over a year. I teach C1, which is our Core Power 1, which is our beginner level course at Core Power Studios. Essentially, it allows you to understand the foundations and to really understand how your body should feel in these poses so that you can do more advanced poses in the future. And we have other formats to accommodate folks that have a lot more experience as you grow. So C1 is where we recommend you start and then you build your foundation and then eventually you graduate and do C2 or other formats that are a little bit more advanced.
Yoga Sculpt, killer. HPF, killer. Core Restore, I fall asleep. Core Restore, good. Um, with yoga, I find that I'm pretty good at stretching, like touching my toes or doing kind of split thing, going down. The problems I have the most is when I have to use my knees in some kind of bending position. Like child's pose is hard on my knees, or just doing a deep squat is hard on my knees. Um, However, I have been improving ever since I've been coming. Before, I could only sit on my knees. I couldn't actually sit on my heels, but I'm getting better at that, and that's because of yoga. Um,
Yeah, I remember the first time you walked into the studio, you took a class. I don't think I signed you in, and you walked out of class and you looked so like done.
yes,
And I was
yes.
like, is everything okay? Because I love having conversations, especially with new students. And he was just like, I don't get this. I don't understand. And thankfully, I was already having a conversation with two other new students that had just recently joined. And through my C1, they were also taking this class regularly, and they started to see the benefit. So it helped that they were there, I think. I was like, look at them. They come regularly. How did they feel, right? And that made you feel like, okay, fine, maybe I'll give it another shot.
I did.
Yeah.
I was only going to give it 1 month. I was only going to give it 1 month, but I'm doing a second month, and I'll probably do a third month just to see if it can push a little further. Because I'm trying to see what it can do now that I've lost so much weight. I still have ways to go. My goal weight is 220. I'm at 232 today, so I'm really close. But yes, so I'll probably give another month just to see what I'm doing. Maybe try more yoga sculpt, maybe core power 3 if I'm really crazy.
Yeah, I also teach CSX at 4:30.
Oh, CSX, okay. What is CSX stand for?
It's the
Strength. Oh,
so
yes.
all weightlifting.
Yes.
So give that a shot when you're
Yes.
ready. Yeah.
Oh, it's very hot. How hot is usually the class?
It is usually, well, C1 is 85 and CSX is also 85-ish, but yoga sculpt is 95. Hot yoga can be anywhere between 101 to 106 based on the instructor. So they do get hot. And I think also C2 is like 95, 98 as well.
Okay,
Yeah.
I've never passed out, but I've come close a couple times. And they tell you, if you're feeling, off, take a rest. Stop doing. Go to child's pose. Drink something. You don't have to continue with the class if you feel like you're about to, pass out.
Yeah.
Don't do that. And I've fallen once so far. I tripped over. I couldn't do it. Okay, that was just because of balance issues. I had balance issues, which is another thing I'm learning here at yoga is, my balancing without falling too much.
Yeah, and it's really amazing because we actually encourage you to fall or to test your balance, because that's the only way you'll learn. And the great thing about yoga that got me addicted is the openness to let you do what you need for your body. And so we always put that first. So you don't have to do exactly what the class is saying. Your body feels tired sometimes. Even I feel tired. If something I can usually do, I sometimes can't do because of how I'm feeling that day. So recognizing how your body feels and knowing when to push yourself is super important as well. And you're learning. So
I definitely
falling
am.
is the fun part,
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, and you sweat a lot. You know the euphemism, the colloquialism, sweating buckets. I think I actually do literally sweat buckets. I probably feel like a little small bucket maybe, because you sweat a lot.
Yeah, and I think averagely in a C1 class, you can burn anywhere between 200 to 300 calories. So that is essentially, if you're looking at how much calories you're losing in a workout, that's based on obviously how much you push your body and how much you're engaging. And then sculpt is higher, obviously, and so is CSX. So just keep that in mind. There are classes that give you higher calorie burn if that's what you're looking for.
Okay, so we're going to begin with a modified version of CorePower 1. Let's begin.
Yeah. So we're going to start with the beginning of our first class, where we always start in child's pose. So you'll come to your mat, bring your knees out wide, so your knees should point towards the edges of the mat, and then you're going to try to sink your hips lower towards your heel. Notice here, as he's trying to build a lot of flexibility and throughout his body, this is where he is right now. This is even more than what you could do before, right, Marco?
Yeah, way more.
I know that you will build to this where your glutes will touch your heels at some point. You just need to continue to do it over and over again and know that it takes time, but the more you stretch your body out, the more you're going to allow your body to flow. And remember, breathing is really important. So here you're going to take an inhale, hold for 3, 2, 1. Open mouth, exhale, side out for 3, 2, 1. One more time, take an inhale, fill up your lungs for 3, 2, 1. Open mouth, exhale, side out for 3, 2, 1. And then you can do this a couple of times just to regulate your breath. Understand that your breath is your best friend through your yoga practice. Inhaling and exhaling as you move will allow you to actually do this more effectively and allow you to sink even deeper. So with your next exhale, can you sink your hips just a little bit more? Maybe widen your knees. Nice job, Marco, you got it. Inhale, come up to tabletop. So you're gonna bring your knees out wide, hip distance apart, then align your wrists to your shoulders. Bring your gaze between your 2 hands. Nice job. Take an inhale, exhale, side out. We'll start with a threaded needle. For this, you're just going to pick up your right hand up towards the sky. Then you'll rotate one way, then the other. And then you'll thread the needle by bringing your right hand between your left knee and your left wrist as you bring your right cheek to the mat. Notice how it feels different if you get your right cheek to touch the mat. And then maybe with your left hand, you bring it out wide or behind your lower back. Feel this stretch in your shoulders. Inhale, raise right back up. Then wrist twist one way, then the other. Exhale, drop it down. We'll do the other side, so raise your left hand up. Rotate your wrist one way, then the other. Exhale, thread the needle on this side. Bring your hand between your right knee and your right wrist. Allow your left cheek to meet the mat. Maybe you stretch your right hand out wide or behind your lower back. Feel the stretch in your shoulders. With your next exhale, can you sink a little bit more? You can do it. Inhale, raise your left hand up towards the sky. Wrist twist one way, then the other to allow some flexibility in our wrists. Exhale, drop it down. Inhale, curl your toes. Exhale, downward facing dog. Send your hips up and back. Bring your gaze between your thighs to the back wall. Allow yourself to press your palms to the mat to engage your upper body here. Slowly start to bring your ankles towards the mat. Inhale, come up to your toes. Exhale, down to your ankles. Inhale, up to your toes. Exhale, down to your ankles. One more time. Inhale, up to your toes. One more inch. Exhale, down to your ankles. Nice job, Marco. Now you can start to bend one knee at a time. This is to allow us to relax our legs, move it around a little bit before we get started with practice. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, ragdoll. Bring your feet behind your wrist. You want to allow your hands to hang heavy here. Bring your gaze between your thighs to the back wall. Allow your forehead to come closer to the mat. This is something where Marco has increased his flexibility to reach his toes even more comfortably. You allow this to happen by shifting your weight to your toes. Allow yourself to sink even more. Inhale, halfway lift. Place your hands on your shin or your thighs. Avoid your knees. Bring your gaze right below your nose. Then press your palms toward your legs and extend your spine as if you're looking over a cliff. Come up onto your toes. Inhale. Exhale, high to low plank. So come onto your high plank. Shift your weight forward. Come down to your low plank. Inhale, upward facing dog. Flip your feet, lift your thighs. Bring your chin to the ceiling. Exhale, downward facing dog. Send your hips up and back. Nice job. How did that feel? Nice job. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. We're gonna flow a little bit. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, mountain pose. Raise your arms up towards the sky. Then rotate your pinkies towards the center, away from your ears to engage your upper body here. Squeeze your shoulder blades together to open up your chest proud here. Inhale, can you look up towards the ceiling to reach 1 inch higher? Exhale, forward fold. Deep dive and bring your hands to the mat. You got it. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, high to low plank. You have the option here to drop down to your knees if you like. That feels better to you. But know that if you tilt forward, inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Nice job. Remember to flip your feet to make it a little bit easier on you here. We'll notice that next time when Margaret does it, so we can follow along. Your feet make it a lot easier to do downward dog. We'll move on to our next poses. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, chair pose. Bend your knees and raise your chest and your arms up towards the sky. You want to bring your triceps parallel to your ears. Rotate your pinkies towards the center, away from your ears. Now take a peek at your toes. Can you see all your 10 toes? If you can't, squeeze your core to your ribs and send your glutes back. Inhale, can you sink a little bit more? You can do it. Keep a micro bend in your knees. Hold for 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale, forward fold. Nice job. Inhale, halfway left. I love the breath. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, high to low plank. Know that your forward folds and your high to low planks are to reset your body and also allow you to stretch a little bit more so that you can prepare your body for the next posture. Exhale, downward facing dog. Nice job on your feet. I noticed that. Inhale, lift your right leg high. Bring your gaze to your navel to reach a little bit further. You want to rotate your hips so your hips are parallel to the mat, so flip around your hips. Notice the difference here. Then raise your legs a little bit higher. Nice job, Marco. Exhale, low lunge. Bring your right foot between your two hands.
Okay, this is where I have a problem because I have a stomach that has like a beach ball in the middle, so it's kind of hard for me to bring it up.
So the good thing is you can come up to your fingertips here. So if you keep your hands here, it might make it difficult. In this situation, just come up to your fingertips, make that little adjustment, see how that feels.
Okay.
A little bit better, and then squeeze your shoulder blades together so that you're lifted up.
Okay.
Does that feel better?
I can do it a little bit.
Nice, awesome. And you can come up as high as you want on your fingertips. So I'm barely touching the mat.
Okay.
Yep. And then we're gonna move into crescent pose here. So inhale, crescent. You're gonna rise up, rotate your pinkies towards the center, away from your ears. Notice how your hips may not be parallel to the front. So bring your hands to your hips, parallel your hips to the mirror, and then raise your arms right back up. Nice job. That's great. I love it. This is a really good form. Squeeze your shoulder blades together to open up your chest here. Breathe through this. Can you sink a little bit more? Nice. Inhale, bring your hands to heart center. Exhale, crescent twist. Bring your left elbow outside of your right knee. And know that here there's an option where you can drop down to your bottom knee, right? Perfect. Because the purpose of this pose is just to enjoy the twist in your body. So you're going to use your left elbow onto your right knee and then press up. Take your chest off your knees so that you can deepen this twist. Nice job. You got it. Squeeze your shoulder blades together to open up to one side. Inhale. Exhale, runner's lunge. Place your hands on the opposite side of your front foot. Bring your front foot to the edge of the mat at a 45-degree angle. Then drop your bottom leg where your toes are touching the mat. Nice job. And then align your wrists to your shoulders here. Notice this is a hip stretch. Feel it in your hips. So if you want to go a little bit more advanced, you can slowly start to see how it feels to come onto your forearms. But know that if this is already a deeper stretch, you can just stay on your arms, no problem. And when you're ready to move on, inhale, high plank. You're going to bring your feet hip distance apart, your wrists aligned to your shoulders here, and then you're going to squeeze your core to your ribs to hold on to your high plank. Inhale, side plank to the right. So you're going to place your left hand onto the mat, raise your right hand up. You have the option to drop down to your knee here, and then lift your top one up. Whatever feels good to you, take what you need. Nice job, you got it. Inhale, can you lift your hips a little bit more? You got it. Exhale, high to low plank. Nice job, Margot. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Awesome job. We'll do the other side. Inhale, three-legged dog. Raise your left leg high. Rotate your hips so your hips are parallel to the mat. Reach a little bit higher. You got it. Exhale, low lunge. Nice job on this side. Notice that you have to equalize your body on both sides. Maybe you come up to your fingertips here to make this low lunge a little bit easier for you. Inhale, crescent. Raise your arms up towards the sky. Keep a 90-degree bend with your front knees. Sink a little bit deeper. Squeeze your shoulder blades together to open up your chest crown here. Inhale. Can you sink a little bit more? Exhale, crescent twist. Bring your hands to heart center. Bring your right elbow outside of your left knee. Squeeze your two palms together here. You got it. Remember, you can always come down to your knees just to focus on this twist. You want to lift your chest off your thighs. Inhale, squeeze. Exhale, runner's lunge on this side. Plant your hands on the opposite of your front foot. Bring your front foot to the edge of the mat at a 45-degree angle. And drop your bottom leg. Option is to stay right here if you like. And then option to come down to your forearms if you like. Yep, you got it. It's okay.
Okay.
It's okay. And this side may feel a little different than the other. Know that our bodies are not made equal. So if it feels different, just listen to your body. Take a moment. And you'll get better as you do this more often and equalize it over time. It's the same thing as lifting weights. One hand might be stronger than the other. Inhale, come onto a high plank. Exhale, side plank to the left. Press your right hand onto the mat. Raise your left hand up towards the sky. Squeeze your shoulder blades together to lengthen your spine here. Then inhale, can you lift your hips a little bit more? You got it. Exhale, high to low plank. Nice job. You get to see the back side of how your body should feel. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Nice job. We'll move on to our balancing series now so we can see a little bit of balancing here. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Just to reset your spine. Inhale, mountain pose, rise up. Exhale, eagle on the right. We're going to bring our right arm under our left arm, palms to touch. Then raise your triceps up so they're parallel to the mat. Then keep a generous bend in your knees. Bring your right leg over your left leg. Squeeze your core to your ribs. Keep a neutral spine. It's okay. If you fall, you can come right back. Know that you can keep both feet on the mat by keeping your right toes just on the top of your mat. You got it. Keep a focus in front of you that's not moving. Maybe it's my black water bottle. And you keep focused to keep your balance. Inhale. Exhale. Release. Shake it out. Nice job. Let's do that one more time. Maybe we face forward so they can see what you're doing. We'll do inhale, mountain pose, rise up. Exhale, eagle on the left. You're going to bring your left arm under your right arm, palms to touch. Then raise your triceps so your triceps are parallel to the mat. Then bend your knees. Bring your left leg over your right leg. You can cross both legs or keep one leg on the floor, whatever feels better. Squeeze your core to your ribs. Pick a spot that's not moving in front of you. This is your drishti. It'll help you keep your balance. Maybe it's a water bottle, maybe it's something in your room. Inhale, can you sink a little bit more? You got it. Exhale, really shake it out. Nice job. We'll move on to dancers, which will be our next balancing. I think Marco really likes balancing because he's seen his improvements the most here. Yeah, so we'll continue to do dancer next. So for this, inhale, mountain pose, rise up. Exhale, dancers on the right. Bring your right elbow to your right hip crease, palms facing up. Then give yourself a high five with your left hand. Kick your right foot back. Then grab on from the inside and then knock your knees together. From here, you're going to start to kick your right foot and your left hand away from each other. And then pick a spot in front of you that's not moving, preferably right past your fingertips in the front. Squeeze your shoulder blades together to open up to one side. Inhale, can you kick a little bit more, reach a little bit further? You got it. You can do it. Exhale, slowly come back up. Nice job.
Hey, I didn't fall that time. Okay.
Yeah, and if you fall, that's the fun of it. Don't worry, you got yourself more than you think.
Also, that's a lot of leg work.
So keep
So
a
I'm
microphone in
balancing,
your knees.
yeah, balancing my weight, my 230 pounds on one leg, is a lot of leg work. A lot of burn calories wise.
For sure. And then we're going to do the other side now. So inhale, mountain pose, rise up. Exhale, dancers on the left. Bring your left elbow to your left hip, crease left, palms facing up. Reach up, then kick your left foot back. Knock your knees together. Grab on from the inside Got it?
I actually can't get it. I'm not flexible to
That's
get
okay.
mine.
No, you're good.
That's
So
fine.
this is perfectly fine. You can stay right here, actually, if you'd like. But if you'd like to challenge yourself a little bit more, know that it's okay to fall. You can slowly start to stretch out and kick your feet. And if you're in this place, the great thing is, if you want to take a pause, hold on. And if you're really, I'm going to start, we can cut this out, okay. And if you really want to work on your flexibility, and this is becoming something challenging, we do have these straps in the back of the room, which you can grab onto. Essentially, what you're going to do is create a loop for 1 foot. So you're going to put your foot through here, your left foot, and then you'll grab onto this, which will help you in the long run to like, sorry.
Okay.
So you try that in case people want to play around with their stretching too.
Okay.
It'll be good for you too. You got it. So use the rope to like kind of help you. Yeah, nice job. Squeeze your shoulder blades together. Keep your gaze somewhere where the spot is not. Does that feel a little bit better?
It does. It does.
Great.
Help me stabilize.
Yeah. So maybe you tilt this way so somebody can see what that looks like. Face me this way. Face me. Yep. And see, this strap will also help you get closer. So if there's one side that doesn't feel so good, know that the straps are there for your friends. If you're starting off, feel like you can't reach, look how much further you can go now with the strap. So know that you can always use that in class to help build your flexibility. Nice job. Look at that. That's great. Awesome. And we always have these in the back of the room, so feel free to use them even if an instructor said you don't need them. They're always available for your assistance. But we'll move on to our next one, which is tree pose. I think maybe face forward so it'll be a little bit easier. For tree pose, you're going to take inhale, tree pose to the right. You're going to put the right sole of your foot on your shin or your thigh. So you can either place it here or you can place it up here, whatever you want. And then you press your hands up to your chest. Notice that my knees are not up front. They're all the way around, kind of parallel to my hips to keep that hip opening here. You squeeze your core to your ribs to keep your balance. Again, the trick here is to find a spot that's not moving in front of you. And then you can stay here or you can slowly start to reach up to challenge your balance even more. Look at you, Marco. Look how far you've come. Maybe you wiggle it out. You can even close your eyes to really challenge your balance here. Squeeze your shoulder blades to open up your chest. And you can bring your gaze up towards the ceiling to at least 1 more inch. Exhale, really shake it out. It's okay to lose your balance. Know that the more you push yourself, the more you build that muscle to keep going next time. So you've even come really far today. Yeah.
The closing the eyes things is where I began to lose balance because closing your eyes, I couldn't see the floor. Like,
but look, you tried it. Now you're gonna feel more confident next time. So it's one of those things where you gotta try new things all the time. That's why it never gets boring, actually. So inhale, tree pose to the left. We're gonna bring our left sole of our foot on our shin or our thighs. Avoid your knees here. Remember to take your knee out towards your hip. Then bring your hands to heart center. You can stay right here if you'd like. Or you can move on like Marco did because he knows he's good at this side. You got it. And know you can always come back. Use your breath. Inhale, exhale, reach higher. You got it. Exhale, really shake it out. Nice job. That was our balancing series. How'd that feel?
I felt good.
Yeah.
Okay, I want to try this one next time.
Yeah.
Okay.
Nice. Yeah, and so know that this is probably not where you were day one.
No.
This took 2 months to get here. Yeah, and so know that even if you're trying some of these out, it may look easy if I'm doing it or Marco's doing it, but know that the beginning may not look exactly like this.
Day one I was here. This is day one. Okay. And then here, then here.
Yeah. So know that be kind to yourself and like look how far he's come just by 2 months. So know that the more you practice anything, you'll get better at. So we'll move on to our hip series. So if you want to move into downward facing dog, I'll move you through the hip series here. Inhale, 3-legged dog. Raise your right leg high. Exhale, half pigeon. Bring your right knee behind your right wrist. Your right foot behind your left wrist. Then you can puff up your chest by bringing your chin to the ceiling. Here, this option may feel really difficult for some, so you have the option to do a figure 4, which essentially is the same stretch, but on your back. And so for this, you'll come onto your back, and then keep the bend in your right knee, and essentially press your left knee towards your body for an even deeper stretch. These are both your options. I know Marco started with this, and then now is back to half pigeon, so That's huge improvement. As you do the first one, it takes a little bit of time to get your body moving, but you can also come down to your forearms here for an even deeper stretch. Marco, I'm so proud of you. And know that this takes some time, and you'll build more and more of your hip stretch as often as you do this. Remember to take an inhale, exhale, side
breathe.
out.
I gotta remember to breathe.
Yes, breathing is super important. And know for here, a lot of folks, maybe your hips, one hip may want to rise higher than the other, so adjust your hips so that they're parallel to the mat here. Sometimes that might be hard to see, but you can always take a peek in the back if you need to, if you're alone. But if you're in a class, usually instructors will guide you to get the right posture there.
Also,
Yeah.
for me, this is difficult because my knee is hurting actually, but before I couldn't do it very well at all. I do feel it in my hip, but I also feel it in my knee personally. I feel it in my knees.
Yeah, so you may not want to create, you want to keep that in that situation, you may want to release tension from your knees altogether. So just come up onto your forearm, right here. Stay here. And then what you can focus on is sending your hips back. A little bit deeper. Now you're getting the hip stretch still, right? Yeah, perfect. So for folks with knees issues, that's kind of the adjustment you can make. Just don't go down to your forearms. That's put more pressure. And then we'll move on. So inhale, exhale, downward facing dog. Send your right leg up, stretch it out. Maybe bend one knee at a time. Take what you need. We'll do the other side. Inhale, three-legged dog. Raise your left leg high. Exhale, half pigeon. Bring your left knee behind your left wrist, your left foot behind your right wrist. Then puff up your chest by bringing your chin to the ceiling. You want to align your shoulders to your hips to really open up here. Exhale, come on to your forearms. If you like, notice how this feels on this side. Know that this side might feel a little different than the other. It's okay.
It does.
Our bodies are not
it feels
equal.
easier on this side.
Yeah. And so you also want to make sure your hips are parallel to the mat. And it might be easier on one side. Like I am dominant left-handed, so this left side actually makes me, it's easier for me, even in balancing. So I have to work on my right side a little bit more. Yeah.
Also, sometimes I'll use a block to put my elbow on.
Yeah, that's a really great point. You can actually use blocks for a lot of postures. I'll bring one just in case you can see it. Yep, and then here are some blocks. These are also available to you for your health if you need that.
There we go.
Nice, and so you can see how that helps you out. There's other postures that blocks can also be helpful. And if you're ready, inhale, three-legged dog, lift your left leg high. Exhale, downward facing dog. Maybe bend one knee at a time. Just release tension from your legs and your hips before we move on. We'll do our spine series next. So just to engage our full spine, we're going to look, inhale, look forward. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, chair pose, sink into your seat. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, high to low plank. Take what you need and come down to your knees if you like. Maybe a little bit more tired at this point in class. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, tabletop, come up onto your fours. Then slowly make your way to your belly, so release your full body onto the mat. Probably should have brought you here from high plank, but ignore that. Then we're going to zip up your legs as if they're one. We're starting with our spine series here. Inhale, cobra pose. Raise your chest and your palms off the mat. Bring your gaze right below your nose to protect your neck here. So bring your, yep, perfect. Feels better on your nose. Squeeze your feet together. Use the soft part of your belly to lift even higher. Inhale, you squeeze your shoulder blades together. You got it, Marco. Exhale, release. Bring your right cheek to the mat. Release your hands to your side with your palms facing the sky. Close your eyes and enjoy this belly down Shavasana. You earned it.
Now the room is usually a little hotter than it is today right now. And again, by this point, my blanket is soaked.
Yes, we're doing
my towel is soaked.
Yeah, we're also doing a smaller version. Know that this is only about 20 to 30 minutes, whereas a full class would be an hour. So you're sweating a lot more by the time you're in our spine series. We'll do our next one, which is going to be our floor bow. So bend your knees, grab onto your feet from the outside. Exhale, floor bow. Raise your chest and your legs off the mat, your thighs off the mat. Bring your gaze to the front of the mirror. Squeeze your shoulder blades together. Here you want to shift your weight towards your part of your belly to lift even more. This is great because as you can see, he can't reach his feet entirely, so there's an option here where he could wrap this up and then grab onto the straps instead and see how that feels a little bit more different.
That feels different.
Yep, bring your gaze to the mirror, protect your neck here. Nice job. Inhale, can you lift a little bit higher? Exhale, release. So you want to keep the bend in your knees, windshield wiper your legs left and right. Bring your right cheek to the mat. Just relax here. All of these postures help your spine, so it's engaging your spine in different ways throughout class. And when you're ready, we'll move on to our last spine exercise, which is our camel pose. Bring your knees hip distance apart. Bring your hands behind your hips. So you're gonna make that disappear. I'll move a little bit more. Squeeze your elbows in so they disappear in front of you. You can't see your mirrors, your elbows in the mirror, so squeeze your shoulder blades together as well. Exhale, camel pose. Bring your gaze up towards the ceiling. And slowly start to try to look towards the back wall. Only if you can see the back wall, you can drop your hands to the top of your feet, but you need to keep your hips parallel to your knees. It's a lot harder than it looks. Take small sips of air through your nose, your Ujjayi breath. Squeeze your shoulder blades together. Inhale, you trace one more ceiling tile. Exhale, slowly come up. You got it. Nice job. Come to an easy seat. This is camel pose, which really engages your heart chakra, so you may feel a lot of emotions and a lot of feelings as you do this. So you can just bring one hand on your heart, one on your belly. Allow your breath and your heartbeat to regulate with one another. Nice job. Just to center ourselves before we move on. We'll move on to stretching. So when you're ready, inhale, seated forward fold. Release your feet in front of you. Bring your hands up towards the sky. Exhale, seated forward fold. Bend your knees and crawl your fingers over your toes. You may not need to bend your knees. As you can see, Marco can reach his toes, no problem. Then start to flex your feet towards the front to really engage an even deeper stretch in your lower back. How does this feel, Marco?
It's good. I can do this. This is good.
Yeah, you're doing a great job.
This
Most
is
people
comfortable.
can't reach their toes, so know that. You can always keep a micro bend in your knees, but Marco's doing a great job of stretching up to his toes. And when you're ready, inhale, raise your arms up. Exhale, come back down to your back. We'll bend our knees. So we're gonna, let me repeat myself. Bring your feet to the ground and bend your knees like this. We're gonna prepare for bridge pose. Release your palms to the mat, right foot next to your hips. Press your palms to the mat. Inhale, bridge pose. Raise your hips up towards the sky. Squeeze your shoulder blades together to lift even higher. Nice adjustment. Then squeeze your glutes even higher to lift even more. You got it, Marco. Exhale, drop it down. Bring your hips onto the mat. Bring the two soles of your feet together. Exhale, recline bound angle. Bring your knees out wide. Bring one hand on your heart, one on your belly. Your knees hurt here. You might feel it a little bit more. Know that you don't have to widen your feet, your knees all the way if it doesn't feel comfortable.
Okay, for here, isn't my knees, it's my
Hips.
Yeah, right there.
That's the
That's
stretch.
that's the
Yeah,
harder
that's
one.
where you're supposed to feel it. So
When I first started, I was like here, as far as I could go. But now I can go down further.
that's amazing. So know that even a posture that looks comfortable can take time to even get more stretched out in.
Yes, very true.
Yes. And core restore is a great one to learn all these too and see where you feel comfortable. And we like to stay here a little bit to allow yourself to regulate with your breath and your heartbeat. Know that your breath and your heartbeat is really normal. If you're rewatching this, put a focus on when I say inhale and exhale because your breath will help you out. We'll move on to our surrender series where we're going to end our practice. So for this, knock your knees together. Bring your knees to your chest. We'll prepare for supine twist. Release your left leg out wide. Bring your right knee to your right armpit. Give it a big squeeze. Exhale, supine twist to the right. Draw your right knee over your body. Keep your gaze on the right side. For here, you want to make sure both your shoulder blades are on the mat to protect your back here. And then if you want to deepen this twist, you can use your left hand towards your right knee to push it down, but keep your shoulder blades on the mat. Great job, Mark. That's a great supine twist here. Breathe through this. Maybe with your next exhale, you twist a little bit more. See what you need. This is your stretching for your body. Just take the time that you need here. And when you're ready, bring both your knees to your chest. We'll do the other side. Release your right leg out wide. Squeeze your left knee to your left armpit. Give it a big squeeze. Exhale, supine twist left. Draw your left knee over your body. Remember to keep both shoulder blades on the mat as you keep your gaze on the left side. Option to use your right hand towards the mat, taking your left knee towards the mat. Deepen this twist. Breathe through this. Take an inhale. Exhale, sigh it out as you twist a little bit more. Notice how this stretch feels on this side. Maybe a little different than the other. Bring focus to your mind, body, and soul here. And when you're ready, inhale, bring both your knees to your chest. Exhale, happy baby. Grab onto your feet from the inside or outside. Notice how that feels different. Then maybe you drop your back to the mat. And then reach one leg up at a time for ninja baby. If you'd like to massage your spine, you can start to shift your weight left and right as you stretch one leg up and down. You need a little bit of spine work, so this allows your spine to get that massage, just to get you stretched out there as well. We give our spine a lot of work throughout the day, especially if you work a 9 to 5 on your desk. It's a good way to get your spine moving, get the fluids to flow through your spine. And when you're ready, bring both your knees to your chest. Bring your forehead to your knees. Make the smallest ball yet. Exhale, Shavasana. Release your legs and your hands down to the mats. Release your tongue from the top of your mouth. Relax your shoulder blades. Relax your fingers and your toes. Just allow your body to melt onto the mat. Maybe you close your eyes.
Melt is a good word. Melt, yes, good, yes.
Melt is a good word. I love that. Love the feedback right away. Yes, continue to melt onto the mat, especially how hot it is today. It's very hot outside. We're going through an extreme heat. So allow yourself to regulate here. Purpose of surrender, Shavasana specifically, is to allow your mind, body, and soul to relax. This is kind of like a meditation at the end of class, where you can clear your head for 2 minutes or 3 minutes, however long you like. Remember, your breath is your friend, so take inhales and exhales. Usually this is the most favorite part of everyone's class, because they get to relax and sleep. If you've got the right music, it's even better. And if you're ready to move on, start to bring small movements to your toes, your fingertips. Inhale, good morning stretch, bring your hands over your head. Exhale, side pose. Use your bicep as a pillow. Bend your knees. Maybe keep your eyes closed here. This is fetal pose. This is our rebirth of our practice. As surrender is the death of our practice. Slowly come to an easy seat. Bring your hands to heart center. And do this together. You can bring your thumbs between your 2 eyebrows and massage in a circular motion if you'd like. Just engage your intuition chakra. The teacher, student honors, respects, and loves the student and teacher in you. Namaste. Yay, we're done.
Yes. So, yes, that was a half-hour version.
Yes.
The 1 hour version is much more intense for me because it's hotter, it's longer. We do downward dog like 15, 20 times. So that's some good shoulder work. And we go through a flow, like where we did mountain pose and then down to
And the crescent series, there's
right.
a whole 2 flows.
And you do that a couple of times. So we did this once, but you usually do it a couple of times. And that really works you out. Even though it isn't the same kind of exercise like at a CrossFit, which is much more like strength work or cardio at the same time, holding the positions and the heat and the flows really works you out. It really does work you out. Also, with yoga, it helps me with CrossFit, particularly with any kind of squat cleans. Because before I could get down like this far in a squat clean, but now I can get down further and get into a better squat clean. So it's helping with my CrossFit efforts as well.
Yeah, and that's why I combine teaching yoga and lifting weights, because the more stretches you do, the more flexible your body will be, allowing you to go deeper in your weightlifting as well. So we also have a core section which we skipped. That's what makes CorePower different from other yoga studios. We do incorporate a 5-minute yoga core exercise in the middle, because your core is super important to do all of these yoga poses. So yeah, this was great. Hopefully it encourages some others to also do this and see how it feels in your body. Remember, one class is never enough. Continue to try it more than once. Anything new is scary, but the more you do it, the more comfortable you'll get, and the better you'll get, right?
Right. Also, there are various studios. So I'm at a Foster studio, but there's another one that goes to Merrifield, and I'm not quite sure, is it like across the nation or?
Across the nation.
Across the nation. So they're everywhere. They're everywhere.
Yeah.
So and I like the space, like people, and they have an excellent instructor. So I found it to be illuminating, because I didn't know anything about yoga. Like, I barely knew what the word was. And I've learned some more things about here, and also learned more things about myself, which I didn't quite know about before. Like areas where I didn't know I could push myself. Yeah, so I found that valuable in learning about myself.
And that's amazing. I'm so glad to hear that. It's a mind, body, soul connection. So get a workout in, but you also get to look deeper. So that's amazing. Well, hopefully we'll get to do something like this again. This
Sure.
is fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, thank you for showing up. Next time, plastic surgeries. I'm looking into plastic surgeries.
Oh, wow. That's
Yeah.
exciting.
Okay. Thank you.